Hey, everybody out there in Cryptid Land. First of all, I want to tell you, if you want to come on the show, get a hold of us at the Cryptid Quest Podcast at gmail.com or get a hold of us on Facebook. And if you go and you watch our show, like and subscribe it. Tonight, we're going to have Christopher Stant on. He is the founder of SPI. They do paranormal investigations. Tonight, we're going to talk about some full apparition body ghosts that he's seen. We're going to talk about Bigfoot a little bit and a little bit of UFOs. So join us tonight on the
Cryptid Quest Podcast.
Yeah, we had a tornado went through the building.
Holy cow.
When we was in the old room. Yeah, that was at the hospital. And all of a sudden, our phones just rang off like the hook. It says, a tornado coming, a tornado coming. So we're like in the abandoned hospital trying to do, our stuff. And all of a sudden, that storm just went woof right in that building. You could feel the pressure in it.
Holy
So it was
cow.
like all we're trying to cover up, put our heads down, whatever, trying to get to safety.
Wow.
And because he got nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's scary, man. Go in there for one scary
Yeah.
experience and you end up with a different one.
Well, we didn't have no tour guide. Our tour guide left us. So he did not show us any about that place whatsoever. I said, oh, you can't go this place. You can't hunt in here or whatsoever. Hunting there. So, okay. So me and my brother went to a house for shelter, okay? And this is when the doctor's office is. And I told my brother, I got a funny feeling that he doesn't want us to be in here. I said, I don't even think so either. So the minute we stepped outside on the patio, it pushed me and shoved me all the way clear to the steps.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So that was some kind of experience. I wish I could, camcord that, but it was raining out.
Yeah.
So it was getting wet and everything else because, the storm's coming in. And I was like, because rain's like a conductor for him, it makes him stronger, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, it was one crazy night, Patrick. I'm telling you what, it was one crazy night.
Cool.
One of our co-friends, she got pinned against the wall on the 5th floor in the hospital. Grabbed her, threw her against the wall, would not let her go. Thanks to my brother putting holy water on her and telling that thing to let her go. She was crying for her life.
Wow. That sounds like a freaking nutty night. So.
Well, we can understand because, there's a lot of souls in there. There's a lot of things in there. You can't understand who it is. Or are you trying to get the answer or, the right people or, the right question? Or say, okay, who's attacking her? It just tells to leave.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
It's to leave now. So I had a funny feeling. I said, guys, I think it's time for us to go ahead and just go, just leave this area now because something's going to happen. Well, anyhow, they stayed up there and they did like a pentagram. Okay, like a necklace goes back and forth, but we use us as a pentagram. So we was having the ghost pushing us back and forth.
Oh, wow.
So anyhow, they that's when they took it to a more like an extreme level because the force on them grabbed her, like I said, threw her against the wall when she was doing that.
So was it leaving any kind of marks or anything?
Yeah, she ended up going to hospital from it. She had almost a broken arm. She had a cracked rib from it. She got puncture marks on it. My son got scratch marks on his chest when he did it with her. And go like that because he said you feel the full force on the chest when they push on him when he was doing it. I had to say, that's a wrong mistake to ever do, to see those guys getting hurt,
Yeah.
And we turned a minute around. My brother ran in the room, and one of the other members of the team, another team, was in a trance when he was doing acid method, and he took the earbuds. He still was talking to him
He said that it was talking to him through the earbuds.
through the earbuds. Yes,
I think
he
I've
took
heard
the
of that.
No, he took the earbuds out of his
Yeah.
ears and put them down, and he still was in a trance talking to him.
Huh. Okay, I think I've heard of that method before.
He was crying his eyes out. He's going like this. He's saying, it was talking like kind of gibberish, like some kind of Latin language or whatever that's coming out of his mouth. And all you see, he keeps saying, burning, burning, burning. All I see is burning. And he starts crying his eyes out, and something was tackling him. So my brother, took his holy water. My brother's a holy minister. So he brings holy water in case something happens like that whatsoever. And I said, okay, what are you going to do? And he said, well, I'm going to tell this thing to leave him go. And it did. It let him go.
Well, I'm glad you guys got out of there all right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce you real fast. And then we can carry on with some more of your experiences. So here we got tonight with us on the Cryptid Quest podcast, we've got Mr. Christopher Stant. So, and you do some paranormal investigating and go different places. Do you guys have a team, or you just do it like by yourself with a couple people?
We got a family team.
Okay.
So we got my wife. My wife is over here.
Hello.
Hello.
My son's in the bedroom. He's our leader of the group. So we're the owners of it. He's the co-owner, and my brother's on the team too. So it's a whole Stant team.
Okay. So what are some of the best experience you've had besides the one we were talking about?
Well, we was at sorry, that camera's just like kind of off a little bit. Williams County Jail in Bryan, Ohio. We went to this before. This was me and David and Tracy was in there. That was something. That was terrific experience that night. We had like appellation of a full body figure come downstairs in the jail cell.
Oh wow, full body?
Full body appellation of a woman coming downstairs.
Could you see through it, or was it more solid?
It was more like a see-through.
Okay.
And the minute I tried to get our cameras going, she said, I need a camera now because something coming there. The minute I get there, tried to film it with my camcorder, the minute she'd be gone.
Yeah. Well, that's usually the way it happens, though. So, I mean,
yeah, but my wife's seeing it. Guys, hurry up, come over here on the east side, blah, blah, blah. Full body evolution, come downstairs, because me and my son was doing some other things.
Could you when you saw it, could you tell like type of clothing, or was it from like a period, or
what was a white dress?
Yeah, her hair was pulled up in a bun.
But in the bun, my wife
said she was like in a white dress.
White dress.
Yeah, see, that's weird. How a lot of women that get seen spectral ladies always seem to have the white dress on. I wonder what the significance of that is, because it seems to get said a lot.
The story is that behind that one is James is the one that murdered a librarian.
Oh, okay.
So I just wondered if that was a librarian that was seen the appellation coming downstairs.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, and that you said that was at a prison? So
yeah,
that would make
that was a jail, in say Bryan, Ohio.
Okay. Well, that would make sense.
Williams County Jail.
Yeah, that would make sense. I was kind of thinking that when you were saying it was a lady, I was wondering I was thinking maybe like a nurse or something that might have worked there, but yeah, librarian would fit that key
Not,
too.
not,
Women prisoners upstairs and men.
yeah, the women prisoners upstairs and there's men downstairs.
Oh, okay. So
So
they had them both.
yeah, so more likely, I say that could be a librarian that my wife seen
Okay.
because she did get murdered so multiple times in that jail cell from James. He was a bad guy. He was a bad dude.
So and who's that you're talking about?
He's a dude that murdered the librarian a long time ago.
Oh,
James
okay.
did.
Okay. So and
So,
he
yeah.
still haunts the place?
He still haunts the place.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anything else happened to you that night on that investigation?
The interrogation room was awesome. I've been getting like all our equipment went up like crazy. Even upstairs, downstairs, you name it. The minute you put it down, all your equipment go off. I've been asking James, and there's like some other people. What other people was in there? And by the way, this is my son.
How you doing, man?
That's Patrick. That's Patrick. So I'm trying to figure out what other people was in there besides James that we got there. I know we got Rose, and Rose is one that kissed my son. She's
Oh,
200
wow.
years old. Yeah, she's 200 years. She said, "Come upstairs in my room, and I take my dentures out and give it a big old smoochie."
I don't know if I want any ghost smoochies.
No, right? And my son goes like this, "Dad, do I go upstairs or not?" I say, "I don't know." He said, "Try to go upstairs, you know." But we've been to other places too. We've been like to Ugly's Village. That's a pretty good place. That's outside Defiance, Ohio. It's 200 acres of haunted land there.
Oh, wow.
Ugly Village.
So
You ever been there?
what makes the land haunted? What was there that?
Soldiers.
Oh, okay. So like an old battleground or
Yeah, the old battleground from like the north and the south coming to fight each other. Yes.
yeah. That you hear a lot about that, man. Where them battles took place.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. It's almost like the Gettysburg Address in a way. That's what I consider of that. That field is, and the Gettysburg.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting right there. It's like, okay, what goes on from there? Then all of a sudden I get attacked by these soldiers coming out of the red building, knock me out like Superman. It's like, whoa! I was like, whoa! The full force. It's like 1,000 soldiers came out of there. Then we seen like.
Did you actually see them, or did you just kind of like sense it?
Felt it.
Felt it? Yeah.
Them running. Yes.
I got you.
Building. Yep. So I don't know. I just like I went. We tried different other things. I mean, what other places we went to? Rhodes Hotel. We went to. Me and my wife did. Don Danger and Al Capone.
Oh,
was
yeah.
there.
Oh, wow.
So I got them on the stick. There's black figures standing, looking at us and growling at us and everything in that place. We also went to called Randolph Asylum.
Randolph's Asylum. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it seems like
Randolph.
asylums and prisons, battlefields. You go into all the right spots. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, and then we also went to what's the other places? Oh man, we travel all the way around. I mean, it's like crazy. And this year we're going to this one we're going to Bison Haunted Mansion,
Where's that?
Niles, Michigan.
Okay. I don't know that I've heard of that.
It's up in Michigan.
Okay.
It's up by you know what South Bend is? You ever been to South Bend?
Not been there,
Indiana?
but I know where it's at.
Well, it's up there. It's close to South Bend.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
we're gonna be there April 26th.
Right on.
So
So,
then we're going to back to Williams County Jail. We got that coming up in May. July we're going to State House. It's a new location they started. It's been haunted for so many years in this house. This is in Fort Wayne. We're going to other things like back to Oglace Village and stuff like that. They have a camp thing going on in July, so June, something like that. Isn't it June?
Somewhere around.
June.
okay.
It's like they camp out, get buddies together. Then after that, we do investigations at night and tell everybody what our experience in this is and what this is. But there's a full body of a girl inside the building.
Oh, that shows up.
Yes,
So how many how many times have you seen a full body apparition, would you say?
about 3-4 times.
3 or 4?
Yep.
So what was like the best one out of them for you?
Be Williams County Jail.
Oh, the one
I
the
just,
that one?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when my wife said the full body of it,
Yeah.
and I just clipped a glimpse of it when I was getting my camera ready, and she vanished.
Yeah. So you guys ever catch any EVPs?
EVPs we did. We caught some doctors. We got some growling. I did have some on some my friend's site, and he turns around, but he turns around and he's not completely off of it. So I lost all that audio.
Oh no.
Yeah, I lost all the audio stuff.
So where did you catch the growling at?
Oh, Oglace Village, wasn't it? Yes,
Yeah,
Oglace Village. No, it's a preacher. They have like a church there,
Oh, okay.
and back in old time, this preacher man does not like nobody at all. So I got him growling on the EVP, and he said, "Leave now." He growled at me, and I said, "I'm not leaving. You can't tell me to leave." My son took a Bible, opened up in his hand, was reading a verse out of it, and he'd go like that, and it did not like what my son was telling him.
Yeah, I'm sure. So
He just said,
go ahead.
"No, you go."
So do you think it was like a demonic presence or?
Well, it's a demonic presence. Yes. Yes.
So you
He
guys,
does it not.
do you guys run into like demonic very often, like just evil?
Well, I got a picture of him. I got a picture of him that I could send to you that you could put on and show to people. I got
Okay.
pictures of him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, you can send us a pic. We'll attach it. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Women 2.0, we went to, it's a Honda bar. First time we went there, me and my wife, we took our friend's obvious, and this is picture now window. So when my wife took that, the picture of this person, and here was the owner of the bar that passed away a long time ago there.
Oh wow. So
And
you guys
his name
actually
was
got it in a picture? That's
Yes,
pretty neat.
yes, I got a picture of that too. I can send to you. Yes.
That's cool.
And
That's cool.
that's the first best picture my wife caught because that's the first year that she started, being on the team.
Yeah, okay. So do you guys ever notice orbs at all?
Or, oh yes, this place is haunted in our house.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we got orbs in.
go ahead.
Yeah, we got orbs. I see plenty of orbs. We also cleanse the houses. I've been in this for 12 years. Okay. So I help people cleanse their houses up when they go like that, when they have something unpresent, bad entity, or something going on in their house or whatsoever. I sit there and help them out with that. I go, like, oh, okay. We just had one just done in Findlay, Ohio, and it wasn't nothing bad. There's only his brother there that's causing him to have trouble. So we just told him to tell his brother to say goodbye, let him cross over, and go back up to his mom up in heaven, and then see if he could do that way. So he says goodbyes to him, and he goes, and it's a time to leave, and then blah blah blah. He did that, and we after we got done, we blessed the house for him, and go like that. Ever since after that, you did not have that episode.
So what do you guys use to bless the house?
We got holy water, rosy cross, sage. We got crystal rocks. You name it.
You name it. Gotcha. The whole
Yep,
the,
we
the
name
whole
it.
the whole
The whole
cleansing
shebang.
gambit. I got you.
Yep, the whole shebang.
The whole
Yep.
shebang. So do you guys plan on? So when you do your investigations, do you usually go always at nighttime, or do you ever do any daytime?
Um,
We do some daytime.
we do some daytime. We go like to like cemeteries and stuff like that, and try to ask some questions. You know, I don't like to disturb cemeteries though, because what Bible's buried. When somebody come to disturb me, yeah, I'll be mad. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
I
But
got
you
you.
know, I do like to do some investigation in cemeteries. But now we got the better equipment. Now we got the SLS equipment that maps figures things out. So we use that at Indiana State Sanitarium too, and I got some stick figures at the nursing home.
So have you ever had an incident where your equipment is getting messed with?
Oh yes, all the time.
Yeah. So like what happened?
Every time. Batteries exploded in them.
Exploded. Holy cow. While you're using them?
Yeah. Yeah, when we're using equipment, the battery explodes in them. Yes.
Wow. That's scary, man.
They're out of
Yeah, you ever had that experience though when you see when you use an electronic and that's why is this getting hot? Why is this so smelly? And boom, you know, you, you hurry up and throw that out of the way, whatever, because then you have to get something new.
Yeah. So do you guys ever like try to? Because I always hear that spirits sometimes might be more active when there's like a weather system or something coming through. Do you guys ever playing around stuff like that, or do you ever notice a difference?
We did at Indiana State Sanitarium when that storm went through.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We were talking
The
about that.
sun.
Yeah, it was thunder and lightning. We had that tornado going through there that time when our alarms went off our cell phones, and like I told you, it threw me out of the building. I got bruises, scrapes from it, but it threw me up to the cement of the thing, waiting on my wife and my son to pick us up because it's raining, so we can head to the hospital. You know, so we go to a bigger shelter place. And I go like that, and I told, like I said, I told my brother, I said, that hurt. That really hurt. That's like a full force that's pushed me right out of that house. It's
Wow.
like, leave.
Yeah. So do you
The
often?
only two people that did not get attacked was my brother and my wife. My son got attacked. I got attacked. Our friend Kate got attacked, and Texas got attacked.
Holy cow.
8 people.
Yeah, I think I'd be wanting to get the heck out of Dodge too. I'm watching everybody
Yeah.
get grabbed and smacked
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. So it just been some kind of crazy things going on and everything, and me and my son experience on stuff like that. So I don't know, it's just like crazy stuff. Me and my wife and my son went through last year.
It was a wild ride.
It was a wild ride. Yes, wild ride.
It is.
Middle Point School is another one. You ever been to Middle Point?
Mm-mm.
You ever heard of it?
No.
Well,
Give us a
it's in
rundown.
Middle Point, Ohio, and it's an elementary school, and it's run by UPGYN, Underground Paranormal Network. They own the build. Well, they run the building, but they don't own the building, but they run it. So anyhow, we got some great evidence from that place too. That used to be my home school
Oh, okay,
back
cool.
then when I was 5 years old. So anyhow, I was telling the experience I had. Okay, I was sitting right there, recess time, come around. I was playing with a little girl in a white dress. Okay, a little girl on the merry-go-round, pushing it and go like that. Teacher was blowing her whistle. Says time to go in. So I said, okay, time to go in. So I stopped it and I said, help that little girl get down. I mean, exactly, I felt her, grab my hand, put her down, okay? So, because I didn't want her dress to get or dirty or whatsoever, because I was 5 years old back then, And so it turns around and it's like, oh, it's time to go in. And she said, okay. Well, anyhow, she turns around, she looked at it, and
I'll be right back.
okay. And anyhow, the teacher goes, what are you talking to? I said, I'm talking to a white girl in a white dress. She said, there ain't no white girl in a white dress. What are you talking about? She thought I was losing my mind. She called my parents up and told my parents about it. I had to go to the principal office saying that I'm hallucinating or whatever, or whatever. That you need to get your kid checked out and whatsoever because he thinks he was playing with a dead girl.
Did you ever, I guess you're, back then you weren't really investigating. I was like, did you ever find out who that girl might have been, or?
No, I did not get to find out what that girl's back then was. I did not. The only thing we got across our thing was Susie. So I don't know if it was Susie, but we keep getting Susie out in the playground a lot. So I don't know if it was her or wasn't her. But we know we got Billy here at our house because he keeps popping in, popping out, and calling my wife mom
Oh,
all the
yeah?
time when I go right there. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out why is our doors open? Why is this open? Why is this open? Why is that open? It's getting my attention because it's hot and heavy here in the house, And I asked, I said, do we bring the spirits home with us when we do investigation? No, they're already mainly here in the house when we come back.
So you don't think you ever had an attachment onto you?
I do not know.
Yeah.
I never had that feeling.
So,
Nope.
you say what, you find your, like, cabinet doors and stuff open all the time, or?
Yeah, my doors in here in the house opens up. My lights flicker off and on. They sometimes they leave my cats out of the cages, whatever, at night. Going like this. Been doing some other things. Seeing orbs in our bedroom, flying around. I got stick figures that I was pinpointed here in the house, and sometimes I get about 4.
You got, what, about 4 of them?
4 stick figures playing in my house.
Stick figures? What, I don't, what do you mean by stick figures?
They're like Appalachian people when they passed on.
Oh, okay.
And the equipment maps them out, and it looks like a stick figure.
Oh,
and it looks like
okay. Yeah, because I heard, I heard a guy I had on not long ago. He was telling me about one of those devices, and it's supposed to be able to pick out when there's a body there. Okay.
Yeah, body there. When you go like this, when you can see your body, then right next to it is another one.
Yeah.
So there's a funny thing is like this thing's making fun of me or whatever, going like this, and I told my brother, I said, I think it just into mocking me, doing things, whatever, but he's trying to wave to me and everything here in the house, and I was like, oh, this is pretty awesome. That's the first time I ever got the equipment though from a friend of mine because he gave it to me, and because he got himself a brand new one, so he's like, well, I'll just end up, letting you guys have this kind of equipment if you want to. I said, okay, I use it, tried to figure out how to use it. The first time my wife hooked it up. The first time we mapped it out again. Something here in the house.
So
This is right down.
you always
Sitting
pick
down
it
like the.
you always pick it up in the same spot or in different areas?
Sometimes it's mainly in our living room because it's not a very big house. It's only like a 900 square feet house
Hmm.
because it's kind of small. We want a bigger house though here shortly, but mainly it's in the living room. Mostly these things are because one's playing with the TV. Shut our TV off. Turn it back on. I said, "Did you shut the TV off?" No, I did not shut the TV off. So I had to go back to my programming show, like do Netflix or whatever, and I go like that, and no sudden it shuts off again.
Things
I
just
said, "Okay, so
just messing with you.
yeah, just messing with me, a kid." Yeah, the experience that we have on these things, reason why we do it. We said we hunt and do the research before we do the ghost hunting. And I try to explain that to Bison, because this is the first time this year that place been open for anybody to do investigations. And I try to explain to him. I said, I've been in this pit for 12 years, and I go like this and say, I never ever hear you guys telling me saying, "Oh, this stuff is fake," on the well, I did a research thing, and
Hmm.
always do, and always post it on my page, so this I can read it what I'm dealing with at a location. And they're trying to say, "Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong." I said, "How can it be wrong when I googled it up, did the research of you guys' property, and find out the history of it, of what we're going to be dealing with when we arrive?" Because I don't want nothing sit there and hurt my team. As if I'm messing with this guy, you know how evil he is. You know what I mean? They say, okay, you give a name. All right. Like, what kind of name you got? What kind of name you got? It comes up like Stroder. Okay. Stroder Beeson. Beeson is the one that bought that place long time ago with Harriet. And they're trying to say that's false advertisement or false news or whatever. I was like, how can that be when it's on Google, But then I was reading on some things about, how the internet can interact and tell lies about places too. You ever heard about that?
About the internet telling lies about places. Oh, there's lies
Yeah,
everywhere anymore.
yeah. So you really can't believe what the story is
You gotta take
anymore, can
everything
you?
with a grain of salt anymore.
So more or less, you got to take the chance and figure out that stuff yourself, more or less.
Yeah, yeah,
If you get hurt or not that night or whatever, or you got something coming toward you, or you got something you can protect your team with.
yeah. Well, at least you're trying to get the information before you go out there, all just willy nilly. At least
Yeah.
have an idea of what's going on. Whether it's
I've
true or
been
not, at least you can, at least have something to go with.
well, me and my son been on the Deepwater Hunters, and they crashed down. Their team wiped out long time ago. Me and my son was on that for 2 years. Then turn around, we came up to being the SPIs. Then we end up joining another group called the End of Days Paranormal. So we turned around and we just didn't work out between us and that team together because I have my differences and my friend have his differences. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So different differences don't match each other. Well, anyhow, it turns around. Then now we're back to SPIs.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So how
And we
often?
got new shirts. This is our new shirts.
I'm digging it. Ghost
And we got
SPI.
yeah, SPI.
So how often you guys go out on investigations?
Well, we did 19 hours at Indiana Sanitarium.
19 hours?
19 hours.
Wow. That's getting it.
We ended up going there about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we didn't get done probably about 10, 11 o'clock that morning. And they said that we could stay longer. We wanted to. We're
Yeah.
allowed to. And to get more evidence, we wanted to. But everybody left us. It's like, okay. The other teams left us. I said, well, we just packed up. We can go for ourselves, So I did want to get more pictures taken that day, but it turned around to start raining again because the storms issues going through. So I was like, this is better off just for packing us and heading out back to being work. So it took us about 4 hours to come back. So
Holy cow.
yeah, so that was pretty good, interesting stuff.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So
So
where you guys from?
Ozarks.
Ozarks.
The
What the heck's
Ozarks.
that?
On the Missouri-Arkansas border, the Ozarks.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we're down here in Bigfoot and the Ozark Howler country.
I had some Bigfoot stuff going on too.
Oh yeah, well let's hear it.
Well, my mom, dad used to own had a house in Middle Point at a point in time. A male and a female was communicating with each other. And I was like, look at my dad. I said, I was a kid back then, wild mind, whatever, going like that. So I get my dad. I said, Dad, I'm hearing something outside. He said, what do you mean? He said, something's growling. And it's growling at each other. You hear one growl in the woods, and that was over there on the other side of the river. And so anyhow, my dad turned on the light. He was looking over there at where the power company was. Sure enough, you see one of those things jump that river on 1 foot. He jumped that river, and he was over on the other side real quick.
Yeah, wow. So
the experience I have was I never seen one in my total life. My wife said she did. Because when she was picking me up, she said she seen one crossing the roadway, all airy. It looks like a gorilla, whatever type dude, great ape, whatever.
yeah,
I started freaking laughing at her. She said, "Well, ain't funny. That's kind of scary. That thing looked evil."
I'm sure it
So
did.
anyhow, the only thing I had is like the Bigfoot print right by my window.
Oh wow.
And I was like, anyhow, I was like, Dad, dude, what's up in my window staring at me? Oh, you're full of crap, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So I went out that morning. I went out and investigate. So I came back in the house, grabbed my dad, grabbed me back around the house, and said, look on the ground. You need to tell me if I'm full of crap now. He looked down the ground. He said, oh, crap. So anyhow, he called like 3 of his buddies, all right? So all his 3 buddies put their footprint in this mud pit where this footprint was, 3 toes, and turns around, and they need more people for that big foot. Big, massive foot.
So was it below one of the windows?
Yes, by the window you can see the footprints where that's got done rain and mud.
By how off the ground was the window?
I don't know. It was raining that day, so it's muddy.
No, I mean how high was the window off the ground?
I'd say about 3 foot, 4 foot high.
Oh, okay. So if it came over there, it was probably bent down and looking in. It was looking in the window. Okay.
Yeah. And he could hear the ground. My dad was exaggerating. So he went back in that woods that's behind our house, and he went to go investigate that. He come back up. He said he found tree limbs that about high up in the thing that's broke. He said he found footprints all the way around that. He said they was following that. They got to like a where they got bobcats and everything, and site they was doing some trimming trees, whatever
Yeah.
equipment. When it had turned around, upside down.
Oh wow. Like
So
something.
you tell me it's like ain't no tornado went through.
Well,
So how those bobcat things got turned upside
yeah,
down?
they've been known to mess with the equipment and destroy it and
Yeah.
flip it, and yeah, so that's not really too surprising.
Yeah,
So
I had some big bird coming, buddy. I tell you what, it was exciting. I was like, I need to go back and do some more of that stuff.
yeah, yeah, just be careful.
Well, you too. You
Yeah.
guys go, don't you? You
Oh
guys
yeah,
do it?
yeah, yeah.
How many times you see him?
I've never seen them. I've just been growled at by them. I was in a deer blind about 2 o'clock
Oh,
in the
really?
morning. Had one
Oh,
growl at
wow.
me and started going, "Roo, roo, roo." So scared the crap out of me. I didn't want to see it.
So
So-
you headed back home, right?
But I stayed there till it got daylight. Then I headed back home. Didn't go back.
You didn't want that thing following you home, did you?
No, not particularly. Oh,
Yeah,
crap. So,
Yeah, but I got some other investigation to do, and I will probably go come back on you guys' site later on.
Cool.
I've been trying to do every other body's broadcast. They had seen problems with me getting on their SteamYard or whatever,
yeah,
and I was like, if I can get on everybody else's, how come I cannot get on you guys?
yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I don't even know on that part either. I was like, I can get on everybody else. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you there.
So, do you guys got teams? You
We
do
have-
paranormal?
No, we don't do paranormal. My sisters do. My sisters got a paranormal group. They go out and do stuff like that. I'm just
Okay.
mainly investigate like Bigfoot and things like that. So that's
Bigfoot,
that's
okay.
my wheelhouse. But I like talking to other people who like do ghosts and UFOs. Cause I don't really
Okay.
investigate that stuff. So I interview people that do. So
Did you ever see an encounter? UFO encounter?
yeah, I have. I have
too.
I think I have at least. So
I have. I
What-
mean, I go like that because I thought to my dad and mom, I thought it was like an airplane, and it was like above the woods, and it just like hovering, going like this,
huh,
and I was like, I was looking up, and all of a sudden, doom,
just gone, huh?
and I told mom, and then it came back, did it again. So I got mom and dad again out of bed, brought him out, look up. They got up and they look up. They say, "Holy crap!" So I go like that. So I wasn't playing with them, but said that thing was going like this, and I was like, "To do."
Yeah, that's usually how they do it. Was there 1 minute, gone the next.
Yeah, I was like, "That's pretty cool." That's my first encounter I ever had with the, really close to a spaceship or something like that, because it had like, I don't know, it's like a shape of how you could say that, like a toucan, whatever, with it, and then it had a little spiral in the middle, and then, or whatever, and then all of a sudden on top of it, it was weird looking. I wish I had to record that long time ago, but I could.
Yeah, yeah,
I wish I did.
yeah. Yeah,
Because
that'd been cool.
That's my first thing. About skinwalkers, you ever encounter those?
No, I've never encountered one. I don't think I want to. I think I've had a couple interviews with people who have, but I've never encountered one.
I never been on a skinwalker hunt before, so I like to do that once in a great while. To
Yeah.
see exactly. But that's true, or not them transforming to animals and coming after you.
Yeah,
But there's some.
that's supposed to be basically around the Southwest, not so much up this way.
We did have something in the nursing home. We got on his hands and feet, and ran like a raccoon.
That's nuts.
So all we heard is going bang, bang, bang. I was like, in the nursing home, I was like, and all of a sudden, you know how animal runs, right?
Yeah.
You know, you go, and they're really loud. I thought, like, it'd be a coyote or something because they said there's coyotes up there, right? So I was like, well, okay, well, maybe not be a coyote, but I'll go like that. And then all of a sudden, it got on its hands and knees and it's running toward us. So I told my brother, it's coming toward us. He about crap his britches so bad, he thought he had to go to the bathroom to shame himself because I told it's coming toward us, you know? And he dropped all the equipment that he had and he ran outside the building.
Well, sounds like you guys have had some scary encounters, and you sure gave us
Yes, I did.
the trifecta tonight. We had some paranormal, some UFO, and some Bigfoot. But
Yep.
it was a pleasure having you on, Chris. Is there anything you want to promote before we get off of here?
Not really, buddy. Thank you
Okay.
for letting me join.
Yeah, no problem, man. It was a good time talking to you. Well,
You
Chris,
too. We had to go on some Bigfoot excursion sometime.
we'll get something set up, buddy. All
right.
right. Well, everybody
care, buddy.
out there in Cryptid Land, let's thank our guest, Chris, again. And
Thank you, guys.
all right.
Legend that the people keep. Bigfoot's the name, got a story to tell. Footprints in the mud, can't you hear the bell? Whispers in the night, can you feel that chill? Bigfoot on the run, he's a legend, keep it real. Bigfoot, yeah, he's the talk of the town. Creeping through the trees, never wearing a frown. Legend of the forest, he's got a big stride. As the trap beats thump, you know he's got pride. Like I'm on a quest, searching for the homie, you know he's the best. Got my camera ready, heightened senses on blast. Snap a shot of Sasquatch, legend unsurpassed. Eyes in the dark, you can't catch what you can't see. King of the woods, living wild and free. Bigfoot, yeah, he's the talk of the town. Creeping through the trees, never wearing a frown. Legend of the forest, he's got a big stride. As the trap beats thump, you know he's got pride.